So Ragnarok chapter 92, and it seems like a lot of the leaks from last month were bullshit. I posted this on my last two Ragnarok videos in the comments because I didn't really think it was worth making a whole video on, but I pinned it for anybody that saw. This was the official preview posted in the magazine. A deadly battle decided, ? While everyone in the arena was convinced of Susanoo's victory, the sword demon Okita Suji is ... So this one is kind of understandable because it does have some weird dialogue there where it says the battle's decided. So you could potentially miss the ? Maybe that's what was going on with this guy. This guy's pretty trusted leaker. He's usually correct. One of the usual prominent guys posting this stuff. So that does not look to be accurate. Does not look like the fight ends this month. This other one, he's right sometimes. He's kind of hit and miss. But this looks super detailed, so I'm like, well, I don't know why he would make this up. I don't know where he got this information from, but it does not look like this is accurate as of now. Who knows, maybe we'll get surprised, but it doesn't look like there's going to be a double chapter, and doesn't obviously look like the fight's ending. Unironically, chapter 93, the fight could end, so theoretically speaking, if there was 2 chapters, the fight could end, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. With that said, we're just going to get into the spoilers. This is going to be Okita's backstory, and from the looks of it, it's a pretty sad story. So, of course, we've mentioned before that Okita does have a prequel type spin-off for the Shinshin Gumi where this is kind of fleshed out, but I knew that eventually we had to get this involved in the main story of Ragnarok. So we see that Kondo basically took in Okita when he was a kid, even despite the fact that he knew he had a demon residing within him. So it's confirmed that the Onigo technique is actually a demon. Onigo is a demon that dwells within Okita's body. He's got this like ethereal form and he fights alongside Okita and he has like his own personality, I guess. It's kind of a cool concept. But basically the Onigo technique, every time he uses it, it gives him like a massive amp, but it deteriorates his body at a rapid rate. So we already knew this stuff. I've covered this stuff before. So we see in the backstory that when Okita was dying, because he did die of tuberculosis, even in real life, we've seen hints to this in the story earlier, he was pleading with the Onigo that he wanted to continue fighting with the Shinshin Gumi, but it just wasn't possible because the body was so deteriorated at that point. We see that Okita dies. It's really sad. He's got his hand reaching out for the Shinshin Gumi. Looks like he's fading away into darkness. Now, with the Onigo, they both want to continue fighting Susanoo, but they know what it inevitably leads to. So this kind of foreshadows the point of, is this going to end up being a draw? Because Okita may very well die at the end of this round as well, even if he was to get a victory. We still have never seen the Valkyrie. Some people think at this point that he doesn't even need the Valkyrie because he has a literal demon within him. And that may very well be the case. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Maybe he doesn't have a Valkyrie because he's talking with Onigo. He doesn't have a connection with the Valkyrie. And the Onigo technique actually looks like how a Valkyrie usually looks. The positioning side by side, speaking to the guy. So I think it's pretty cool to see the wholesome moments between Kondo and Okita. You really get to see the bonds of their relationship. Kondo even was brought to tears thinking about Okita fighting with the Onigo because of the history. He knew that he had the Onigo within him. And Susanoo himself is actually brought to tears because, you know, he finally has a worthy opponent. All the days of practicing lonely, the sacrifices he made, dropping his position in his pantheon, being basically banished from his home. All of it's being rewarded at this moment. He decides to attack with his sword full of desires, pain, and admiration. This is a cool moment, especially getting the subtext of his family is watching him show out really for the first time. They never got to see the fruits of all that training he was doing. Why he would decide to learn from and observe humans. What is the true essence of the sword skills he has obtained? Now they get to see it. So kind of a beautiful moment. We don't really get any insight as to how Okita fucking took that giant sword strike from Susanoo. Doesn't look like he ended up losing his arm. It was ambiguous last chapter. He just looks like he's got some blood all over him. I mean, it's a cool panel where he takes off his cloak. He looks like a fucking beast and then stares at Susanoo ready to finish him. We don't know how losing half a foot's gonna affect Susanoo. From what I'm seeing so far, we haven't seen any actual fight progression. And I'm not sure that we will. So we might have to wait till chapter 93 for all this. But what do you guys think about the chapter so far? Let me know in the comments below. Are you hyped for the full chapter 92? If I sound a little under the weather in this video, I'm kind of sick right now. So That's why it sounds a little bit different. But yeah, hope you guys like the video. As always, we'll be here with the breakdown for this and Apocalypse of the Gods, which is heating up as well.